Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel, Keeping It Simply Solar. Well, the truth is, you can just look at your latest energy bill and you can tell you don't need me to determine that the cost of energy has gone up and is continuing to go up. Let's get into it. But first, I need a cup of coffee. Okay, let's go.
For weeks now, we've been faced with so much uncertainty coming from President Trump. Each day brings new tariff threats. It's hurting workers, it's hurting businesses, it's hurting investments, and it's hurting families on both sides of the border. That's why today we're moving forward with a 25% surcharge on electricity exports. For the 1.5 million American homes and businesses that Ontario powers, homes and businesses in Minnesota, Michigan, and New York. This surcharge will cost families and businesses in these states up to $400,000 each and every single day.
A 25% surcharge on electricity exported from Ontario to New York, Michigan, and Minnesota, effective immediately.
Okay, guys, so we know that this channel is not political, but we can't pretend that politics don't affect how it is that we're able to take care of ourselves. So if you're relying on the grid and the office is high up, it's the president's office, is making decisions that make that reliance on the grid difficult or almost unaffordable for you, then whose fault is that? You could absolutely blame the president, but God bless the man who has his own. So I feel like even if you can see these things, you can pretty much foreshadow that these things are going to impact you financially at one point or another. And I've seen a lot of things since I've been alive, but the one thing I have never seen was energy costs go down. They've only gone up. And with that said, I believe that the smartest person would spend a little bit of money right now to save a lot of money in the future. And with rising energy costs, it would make a whole lot more sense to just become your own grid. Now, while I am connected to the grid, I rarely ever use power from the grid. In fact, I mostly only use the grid when I'm using my dryer, because you don't really want to use your dryer on your batteries because it'll drain your batteries too quick, being that the average dryer uses about 6,000 watts continuously. So you don't really want to put that kind of strain on your batteries. But for daily living, this 7200 watt Y and H inverter that I bought from Temu for like $700, right? Powers my entire house. I rarely ever use more than 7,000 watts. So I don't even get a chance to really maximize what this inverter can do. But what it does do is it keeps me from having to rely on the grid. So when there's a blackout or something like that, I literally never know. I would have to go outside and see that my neighbors' houses are dark to even know that anything happened, because I am my own independent power grid. Am I still connected to the grid? Yes, but I have the grid master switch turned off. And underneath that, I have a switch that has my solar going into the house. So my house is receiving alternative power outside of the grid from this inverter. And I suggest that any and everyone, not just if you live in New York State or Michigan or anywhere close to Ontario, none of that. I suggest every single person in the world, literally in the world, become their own grid. Because if you rely on the grid, then you're telling the people who own the grid that it's okay if they turn that off and you'll deal with that. And I just don't believe in that. I don't think that anyone should have the power or will have the power to turn off my power. That's not going to happen for any reason. And especially as an American, you have the right to your independence. So let's move toward that. Sorry, such a short video, but I just want to let everybody know it's coming. And I'm not here to sell products because I don't work for any of these manufacturers. I'm not endorsed by anyone. I only work for you. In that my only goal here is to take America off the grid one house at a time. So if this video only helps 4 people, for me that was enough. If one of the problems that you have is you don't know what you're doing, I have an array of videos that you can go through along my page. Please like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. But I can take you from very beginner stage to nearly expert. Just check out my channel. And I guarantee you, after your third video, you won't have any more fears about becoming or creating your own grid. Thanks for joining me, man. Catch you in the next video.